Afternoon, Douglas Plays here. We're going to be playing a classic Switch game called Kirby Star Allies. So, the story so far is that a bad guy has discovered a dark heart. So the story so far would be a disaster of catastrophic proportions has occurred in this peaceful land. King DDD has stolen all of the food for himself. The nerve of that guy! Now Kirby must set out on a grand adventure with a new group of friends. Watch this. I'm going to turn my sword into a liquid blade. Isn't this great? So this is going to be a fun game, because if you have a sword or cutter and have fire, water, electric, ice, you can combine any copy ability with water, fire, electric, ice. Fun fact, I used to watch Kirby Right Back at Ya on the Nintendo Wii console. Rats. Rats. Splash curling happens to be a one-use copy ability. So, lunch was really enjoyable. By uncovering secrets, we got a bunch of stars, some portrait puzzles. In one of the mini games, like the arena, you have one chance. If you run out of life points, the game's over. I never got a chance to play Kirby 3D Blast. To me, that sounds like a 3D Kirby game with Kirby just using basic moves. Festival. Oh yeah, that giant switch I just landed on, that might also be a reference to the original NES game Kirby's Adventure, where you step on the giant switch and you open up a museum where you pick between only two or maybe one copy abilities. And that's how we finished the level. Darby's stream style is to play games while he's on live. When you pick up this stream rod, I have an autistic friend on Facebook, and he happens to talk about football, horses, his journal of his life. Sometimes he'll talk about his family. This is I've also got another Kirby game called I've got another Kirby game, and it's a 3D platformer. Back in the Game Boy era, when Kirby's Dream Land was first advertised back in the 90s, the only moves he had was inhale and exhale and fly, and eating a plate of spicy curry or spicy Chinese food, allowing them to breathe out fire. for a limited time. Don't you think that's amazing? As Kirby's Adventure was advertised for the Nintendo Entertainment System, he had brand new copy abilities. Well, those copy abilities didn't have a moveset like we had in today's world. Back then, it was one copy ability and one move. There was laser, spark, ball, star rod. You know, when you had to fight Nightmare in the end. Although fighting the final boss in Kirby's Adventure for the NES was never easy. It was a nightmare to fight the final boss. Sure, fighting King Dedede was very simple. It's just the final boss that's the whole problem. Oh. Let's leave and go back in. Oh yeah. The Kirby game that I have is called Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's a 3D platformer with a anime soundtrack. To be honest, I have no idea or no clue how Kirby stretches his whole body to have oversized objects fit in his cosmic maw. But hey, it's a video game. Anything can happen. Boom. Well, there was this person who once lived a rough life. It's like they couldn't take care of him properly, so what now? Aww. There are many powers of friendship where they can just explore lands and have a bit of fun. My favorite copy ability in the Kirby franchise would be the animal. You can dig through dirt, you can scratch enemies with that. Although there was this PlayStation 1 game called Muppet Monster Adventure, which is back in 2000, and I very much enjoyed that game. As Nosferatu, you can glide through the air. As a werebear, you can pretty much climb anything. Poles, sunflowers, ladders. It's just amazing. Muck Monster lets you swim in water. You can swim through the water. You press circle to do tricks. And you kick your legs by holding X, I believe. Despite that Penny's Big Breakaway is out now, maybe I could have got the chicken schnitzel for lunch and have chips and salad with it. In Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, you can turn Kirby into a fridge just by combining ice with spark. I used to make a lightsaber just by combining cutter with spark. In the show Kirby Right Back at Ya, Tiff and Tuff lived in the castle, or did they live in their own houses? I think the game Grounded is going to be one of those Minecraft clones. There's been a lot of Minecraft clones like Lego Fortnite. Survive in your miniaturized state, gather resources, build houses, craft weapons. That's pretty much Minecraft in a nutshell. It's a big fat shame that $50 I blew on 3 meals yesterday. That $50 should have went towards a game that's yo-yo related. Like, you can run on your yo-yo, you can swing with it. That poor greedy fool Douglas doesn't have a care in the world. It seems that Kirby has been defeating Wispy Woods for decades. Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Dream Land 3, and many more. Umbrella. There was a remake of Kirby's Adventure for the Game Boy Advance called Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Kirby's been fighting his rival King Dedede for decades. Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Dream Land 3, and so many more Kirby games. In Kirby's Dream Land, there was about 4 bosses that you have to fight before taking on King Dedede. Watch out! Those monsters aren't for show. Now that's how you take down a greedy king. There's still several more pieces left to fill in for the celebration portrait. World of Miracles, Planet Popstar. Kirby didn't have the cleaning copy ability until Kirby's Dream Land 3. If I can save up $50 again, I might have learned my lesson about not ordering too much food. Because, what if there's people in poverty who are struggling to find decent food? Not all people like me is lucky as I am. Or there are people in poverty who are struggling to look after themselves, and they rely on some friends out in the community to help them out. Oh, hi, Rusty. Want to say hi? Hi, Rusty. Want to say hi? No? It's never a good idea to sleep on a disintegrating platform. In Kirby Right Back at Ya, Tiff has got a really good point. It was very irresponsible of Tuff to let Kirby inhale a noddy. That caused him to fall asleep, and he won't wake up until, for how long? Although, this is one time when King Dedede thought that you have to be smart to be sick. King Dedede blew 5,000 D-Vills on one tiny virus. So King Dedede shrinks Kirby and eats him. Fortunately, Kirby returned to normal size when he was spat out. Another Dream Palace opened. We haven't bulldozed that many obstacles since Kirby's return to Dreamland. Good afternoon, and Douglas Plays here. We're going to be playing some more of Kirby Star Allies. So, as usual, I had a delicious lunch, and Mom is making some cake and banana bread. So, with that said, let's get on to the game. You just gotta love the friend rod. Now, Deroche is from a game called Kirby Squeak Squad. You thought that King Dedede is the only character that commits food thefts. Well, no. Several years later on the Nintendo DS, they have Deroche and his mouselings. They have stolen the entire food supply. One a UFO. I swear that the controllers are completely charged. Why are they dying off at this time? The music's from the world map. The music is from the world map Orange Islands from the game Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. Man, I'm tired. I got squealed on just for sculling down a drink of cordial. And something else stupid I did yesterday, which is break the fluorescent tube. It was made of glass. Here's a fun fact. Back then, Kirby was originally named Pon Pon in Japan. I'm getting myself a refreshment, possibly coffee or chai latte. I'll be right back. Just a perk I needed. So Kirby and his dream friend is in a freezing environment. So my family is watching some border security. So here's the thing. In Kirby Right Back at Ya, Tiff treats Kirby like a pet. Like Tiff owns him. And she's got plenty of responsibilities, unlike Tuff. So what Tuff did that was irresponsible was Kirby and Tuff encountered a noddy. Tuff told Kirby to inhale it, and he fell asleep. So Tuff has caused a lot of trouble for poor Tiff, because Tiff and her friends have to find this legendary flower that would hopefully wake Kirby up. What a dip. Oh, I said I was sorry. When you collect 100 star points, you'll earn an extra life. I'm getting some Donkey Kong Country 2 vibes. You know, this is a really fun game until I've managed to finish it. Now that's how you solve a friend bridge puzzle. This level's tricky. Only 6 more pieces to go, and this portrait will be finished. Hey, I know this music. It's from the game The Great Cave Offensive. You play as Kirby and you explore all these underground worlds, finding all kinds of treasure from previous games that we've grown up with. And in these treasure chests are ancient items. Not only that, but you get to fight a couple of bosses, such as Gamelio Arm, Wham Bam Rock. In the Nintendo DS remake, Kirby Superstar Ultra, there's a game called Great Cave Offensive, where you do the exact same, collect treasures and fight all kinds of enemies and bosses. But there's this new boss that you gotta fight called Wham Bam, called Crush Mush Crystal or whatever, Wham Bam Jewel. And if there was a Kirby TV show based on the Nintendo DS. I think Estelle's first voicing character would be Wham Bam Jewel. Like, why would you fight a boss that's made of crystals and glass? I'll be right back. Just gonna make myself a cup of coffee. So, my man is doing okay, but for how long? And we've got my uncle who's visiting us, which is fine. Since I missed out on going swimming with Maywell, I was thinking I could go swimming and with Cessna. So I had way too much sugar, which toyed with my medications and stuff. Oh yeah, and my sister was spending a lot of time with me last night. With what happened. I very much love the Friend Star because no matter what copy ability you have, has all kinds of brutally powerful effects. The Friend Star from Kirby Star Ally. There is no limit to what I can do with a Friend Star. Except change elements. Fire, ice, wind. And that's the end of that chapter. As Mickey Mouse once said to Saito, don't eat the shrimp. The controllers are fully charged. I just don't know what is wrong with the control I'm using. I'm going to refinish this game. So I'm going swimming today after I've been to the doctor. I know, I recognize that music. It's from the game True Arena.